Okay, I'm back like I promised. This what took the dog for a walk. Got some coffee. Uh, it's a nice day. It might rain though, but that's okay. We could use the rain. Full rain is good. Continuing on with our vocabulary. All right, vocabulary are the words that we need to know. I was realizing last night too that in class, a lot of these words we've done so many times before. NEMBI, pot, dolma, cutting board, cowl, knife. We've done this over and over again. So this should be pretty good review. That's for sure. I mean, some things like a grater is new. A masher, potato masher, that's a new word. We don't really use it in our kitchens that much. Well, first of all, we don't really have them. Mashed potatoes are very, very nice. They're a very, very nice thing. We use whips a lot. All right, we use whips for what? What do you use a whip for? First of all, scrambling eggs, basic. Making roux, then finishing off sauces. Adding roux to sauce, right? Adding butter at the end, Monty Beurre at the end, adding the butter. So we use that a lot. The spatula still eludes me. Spatula, the Korean name, which this is not one of them. I guess I don't know what you call this. It's for rice. I use it a lot for. I got a message. I use it a lot for my Teflon pans. And okay. Got a doctor's appointment. Got to get that going today too. Got a lot of things to do today. We made the fritters, which actually were quite delicious. They were quite delicious. I wish we could share them. This class would definitely be more practical in the kitchen. Absolutely, because everything else has to deal with hands-on. You know, bring me the onions, dice the carrots, chop the celery. I mean, it's all really practical English. It really is. Today, what we're going to do is go through a chicken. Of course, chicken. You know, I use chicken a lot, and we use chicken an awful lot in Western restaurants. People eat more chicken than anything else, I think, when they go out to eat. A big problem, or not, I don't know if it's necessarily a problem, but it's a perception thing. Like dak kasam, the breast, dak kasam, chicken breast. You have a tendency in Korea to overcook it, and if you cook it too much, it's really, really dry. Now, I haven't tried any of those. I should have picked some up, like at CU and 7-Eleven and so. I've seen they have an awful lot of now seasoned and plain chicken breasts in what we call cryovac. Cryovac. You know, those heavy, thick plastic containers that suck all the air out. Those are called cryovacs. I don't know how those taste. I should try that because I'm sure they are infused with some kind of liquid to keep it moist. But if you cook chicken breast lightly, it's quite delicious. Okay, I'm going to pause you and move the camera so we can go look at the cutting board. Cutting board. Steel. Chef knife. Or French knife. Paring knife. Now this is a pretty big paring knife, and actually this could have, you could call this a utility knife, because a paring knife is generally a little smaller. It's usually like about that big. But once again, I use this for, utility means all-purpose knife, and this is really an all-purpose knife. It really could do an awful lot with this. It's a high-quality knife, as you can see. It's well made, very strong. Let's see what it is here. It's a Japanese-made one. It looks somewhat like Hinkle knives. The logo. It looks like a Hinkle. I thought it was a Hinkle. This one is a Hinkle. I'm sure. Well, maybe not. But yes. This worst off. Okay, there we go. For my own usage, I have knives like this. When I work in hotels and restaurants, maybe in Korea it's not that much of a problem. This is like a real cheap knife. This is actually from a school knife. Somebody left this behind. Japanese made though. So, I mean, that doesn't really necessarily mean it's real good or anything. Starting to split here. Once again, this has a half tang. This is a full tang knife. See, the goes all the way around. This stops right there. Cheaper knife. More expensive knife. Regardless of the brand name of it. But when I worked in restaurants and hotels, I used to keep cheap knives around. I used to use them because, like I said, in Korea it's not much of a problem, but in America, knives disappear. You know, this one itself probably Monin, probably 20 to 30 Monin. I can't even say the numbers. Too many zeros in it. It was an expensive knife, and if you're working in a large hotel where you don't know everybody and the dishwasher, not saying dishwashers are bad, but they're less paid people, that's for sure. You know, less pay, less treated well, which is important, to treat all your employees very equal. Even though a dishwasher is a low-end job, they deal with a lot of expensive things. Things like soap, pong pong. That's expensive. That's one of those big tongs, like palmanen, one of those things at school, the big things of pong pong. Dishwasher not happy, down the drain. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta. I used to feed dishwashers. They're the ones who got the steaks. They used to get the shrimp. They used to get the things that were special on the daily special. That's another thing too. That in the West, almost every restaurant that's an independent restaurant, even hotels, no, they would do that. Always have specials of the day, and that's where you can really show your cooking skill and the things that you like to do. And how they usually happen, there's two ways they happen. Two ways is one, you place an order for fish, and the guy says, "Oh yeah, listen, I got some salmon. It's fresh. It just came in, but one of the clients said he can't use all of it. So would you like it?" And you go, "Sure, send it in." So then on the menu, you put up a special of the day, and you can make it. Usually, you get good deals on it. The second way, which is you have to use it carefully, is that you open up the cooler, you open it up, you go, I still have that salmon. I got to get rid of that. I got to get rid of that quickly. And so you run it that way. But of course, you never put anything on special that is not special. I think the biggest problem a lot of times chefs will do is they'll put something on special that is next step to the garbage can. And people go to your restaurant, they look at the menu, and they go, let's see. Well, I've had the chicken before. What's the special? Oh, the salmon? Yeah, I think I'll try that. This is one of my favorite restaurants. I'm gonna try the special. It should be good. And the special turns out to be old salmon. They're not gonna come back. So, and that's the biggest mistake a lot of chefs, at least in America, do, especially in the smaller restaurants, where it looks like it's, and that's the stuff, I hate to say it, but that's the stuff I feed the staff. I'm saying not the stuff that's bad, but things that are not to the customer. So if you have extra shrimp, you give shrimps to the dishwasher. They're really happy. They won't steal your knives. They'll be careful with your product. They like you. I can't state that really any more clearly, that everyone in the kitchen is all equal and all should be treated very, very nicely. I don't know if you watch me at school, I walk by the Chunso Ajumas, they all say hello. And I'll say hello, and I'll say hello back, because these people are very important. They're not, you have to think, Korea, you do have this like class society. In America, we don't have that class society that you do, like, ooh, Chunso people, they're all important. They're all important, and they do the Chunso Ajumas. I mean, they got to pick up your cigarette butts. They got to clean out the bathrooms. They got to, you know, so they deserve respect. They deserve respect. Same thing with dishwashers. They deserve a lot of respect. If you want to hear more, more stories about dishwashers, we'll talk about them in class, because I don't want to put this online, because I know so many. Because I started washing. I started working in the kitchen when I was 13. I was working for a Jesuit monastery with my two older brothers, and plus other friends. So I've been in the kitchen a real long time, and started way at the bottom. 13 years old, I'm just chopping onions, cleaning garbage cans, washing pots. I mean, I did that for many years. And, you know, slowly worked my way up. But most Americans, I'm going to turn off the radio, excuse me. They're playing music before now the commentary they're talking. In America, we're raised to work hard. My father was very particular about that. He grew up poor. You guys, a lot of you guys, like Kevin and Willie, you guys, you speak much more English than my grandparents did. My grandparents spoke very, very little English. And so, my father, being the son of an immigrant, really, really worked hard to get where he was. And he wanted his sons to have that in them. Now, when I got out of high school, he said, you know, no more kitchen work, enough. Off to university, I did computer science. And I went back to school. I went to the CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, when I was 28. So I changed my whole career over at 28 years old. You guys are not even 28 yet. What I'm saying is, in that case too, is that do what you like. I really like kitchen work. I was working in an office for 7 years, and I just did not like it at all. Matter of fact, to the point that I was working in restaurants on weekends. Not for the money, just to be in the kitchen with the people and the action. And kitchens are exciting workplaces. They are. Yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's a young man's game. You got to be strong. You got to be fit. You got to be committed, and you got to be skilled. You got to be skilled. You have to know what you're doing. But when you get all that done, kitchen work is really, really good. It's very rewarding. Look at me today. When I was 13, I never thought I would be here in Korea teaching cooking to you. Where are you going to be when you're my age? You could be anywhere. You could be in Paris, London, Rome, and New York. You could be just about anywhere. Anywhere there's a restaurant, a hotel, you can be. Or a cooking institution. I had 2 cooking jobs before in the United States. One was like, I guess you would call it a hagwon. It was more for after work people, ajumas. It was funny. It was a funny thing. The restaurant I had two sites. One was a full-time restaurant. The other was a catering hall. And when the catering hall was down, we'd start booking cooking programs, which was fun. It was fun. I was at that point just in my early 30s. So it was my first teaching experiences back then. And then I taught at a 2-year college in New York, Lake Placid, New York, which is Olympic City, skiing. Very nice place to live, very, very beautiful, very, very cold. And that I did that for 2.5 years. And I kind of missed industry. I kind of missed working in hotels and restaurants. I kind of like teaching because of the lack of push type of thing. But I was still fairly young at that point. I was about 45 years old, and that's where you start making your money. I know you guys, when you get out of school and stuff like that, you're not making money. You're not going to make money for a while. You have to get up that ladder. And the hardest ladder to climb is line cook to sous chef. That is the hardest thing to do. Yeah, you get a job in a kitchen, and especially after school, they'll put you in a prep kitchen, and you'll be cutting mirepoix and things like that, and then they'll move you maybe into making stocks or even salads and things. But then they put you on the hotline, and you use saute station, grill station, broiler station, that kind of thing. When you're a line cook, you know you made it. You know that you can make it. Look at it that way. You didn't make it yet, but you know you can make it. Your pay goes up considerably as a line cook, especially after intern. Now, what it is at that point to become sous chef is very, 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 very hard. But once you get up there, you're set. You're set. And this is why I want you guys to study and practice English. It's very, very important. Only because the reason why, how I went from line cook to sous chef was the chef that we had, I started at a place, and in 2 weeks the chef left. A new chef came in, and he was French. And Monsieur parle-vous français? Un poco. I speak a little French, and we instantly hit it off. And I'm a line cook at that point. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know my skills. He doesn't know my personality or anything like that. And, you know, when restaurants change chefs, a lot of times people leave. People come back. People leave. And so the chef doesn't know who to trust. And so he'd go like, who can work Friday night? I'm like, I can. Who can work tonight? So, you know, Monsieur Go did not show up, so who can work tonight? I'm like, I'll work tonight. Work a double. You know, I'm young, I could do it. And you get paid extra, so I would do it. And to that point, when he had a problem with he had two sous chefs, an AM and PM sous chef. He had a problem with his AM sous chef. He got rid of him. And he asked me, he goes, Monsieur Dolchenko, would you like to be the sous chef? And I go, of course. And I didn't realize being the sous chef was being the chef. That's for sure. I was doing all the ordering, the inventory, the scheduling. It was a lot of stuff to do that I wasn't really prepared for. School really didn't prepare. And I don't think anybody for that kind of responsibility. So that being said, you really do have to study hard. And once again, if you're working at a hotel and there's an English, a French, Italian, or German chef, you're going to speak English. And if you can speak English to them, you're going to do well. You will do well. They will pull you in. They will give you special assignments. They're going to talk to you, and that's going to give you power. Now, that might not make you a sous chef, especially the hotel system in Korea. You have a block, and you have a Korean chef, and then you have the Western chefs. He's kind of outside that block. He doesn't make a lot of these decisions up and down for practical reasons. These guys are not there forever. They're they come and go. They're showpieces. But once again, if you could talk to the chef, he's going to give you a certain amount of juice, a little power within your group there. And don't take my word for it. I could have you talk to so many students that have done better because they spoke a little more English. Even Yi Wan Sil, one of our students up here up in Seoul, she's now 33 years old. She has a permanent full-time teaching position in the public high schools. Great job. Great job. And one of the reasons why is that they were looking for somebody who had bilingual abilities. She was good in English already, and she passed the English test and things like that. But one of the reasons why she got that job was because she had a good English score. Same with my wife. My wife got her job because of her English ability. And she's not an English teacher. She works for the government. So don't take this too lightly. Take this opportunity to study hard and to study a little harder than before. Now with the coronavirus, we're going on the 2 years of this. It's a hard, I can understand you guys not really caring in a lot of ways. We care. The teachers really do care. And I want to get face to face. I really want to do. But obviously, it's a dangerous thing right now. But it's up to you guys to study. It really is. No matter what school you go to, it's not the school, it's the student that makes success. Yeah, some schools will open doors faster. We have a pretty good reputation. YSU has a fairly good reputation with industry. People know that we have a good program. But once you get in that door, it's up to you to do that job. It really is. We can't show you that. Like I said, even when I went from line cook to sous chef, the CIA did not even prepare me for all that stuff, all the ordering and and I'm very salty in class because the French chef was very, very cost conscious. We had dealt with costing a lot, which that's one thing I wish we did more in school, costing. That's what at CIA we did 2 weeks of costing and that was it. And I was like, I want to cook, but no, you want a costing, you want accounting, you want those courses. Because nobody's going to teach you that outside. I will show you. Work for me. I will show you how to make coq au vin. I'll show you every time. Each time, show you how to make it. Even if you forget, we'll do it again. We'll do it again. But when somebody gives you a spreadsheet and you look at it and you go, oh, nobody's going to say, no, this line is deductibles and this line is positives and this is expenses. So they're not going to do that. They're going to give it. When we became sous chef, all of a sudden I had a mailbox. Ooh, and all of a sudden the mailbox I'm filling up with these papers from the accounting department. I had to check off all these things, check it on, do the inventory and all that other stuff. And school, we did talk about that, but we really didn't go into it, and we really need to. That's why the Jogios, the assistants, that's a good job. Those guys learn an awful lot. I wish I did that at their age, because it is all about money. It is all about money. Okay, I'm going to pause it now and move over to our chicken. And hold on, please. Okay, back again. A little glary, huh? It's the sun. Nothing I can do about that. What, Leon? Leon, come here. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. He's coming here. He hasn't eaten breakfast yet. Actually, we're going to be giving him some breakfast today. We got the chicken. Let's see. Well, let me show you Leon. I don't know if you guys like dogs, but I sure do. Yeah, there he is. Leon the Wonder Pup. Oh yeah, Anja. Anja. Yeah, good boy. Son. Oh yeah. Tell you, Chindo's are very nice. He smells the chicken. It's on my hands. You can see, look at him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He likes that. He does like that. So let's get going anyway. Okay, there we go. Focus. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let me tilt you down now. And if you're in my class, you guys should be pretty much experts at chicken cutting. That's for sure. But we never really talked about too many about the parts. Let's get vocabulary. Oh, that's better. Is it? No, it's nice. The sun's coming out. Sun's nice is coming out actually. In chicken, we say the legs, the breasts. That's really your doc cos and doc dotty. That's basically, when we're in cooking class, that's what kind of only the 2 words we really use. But obviously, there's more to them. There's more names, more to it. So, hello, hey guys. Let's see, bring it up to here. Nice little padoogie. Here's a little small one. Now you got the wings, legs, breast, back, neck. Okay, pretty simple. Moke, neck, nalgas, wings, dotty, kasam. I don't know, back, hoodie maybe. I'm not sure. But at this point too, there's different points. Wing tip, second joint, first joint. Oh, slippery little boy. All right. What's a very interesting thing is that many bones, 2 bones, 1 bone. Many bones, 2 bones, 1 bone. Strange, but true. We're pretty much DNA. These guys are pretty close. So these are called wing tips, sometimes called third joint. These are usually non-edible, and usually in the West we cut them off. This one has a feather on it, but. So you got the wingtip joint, second part, first part, first part. The leg itself is broken down into the drumstick. This is called the drumstick, like hitting the drum, and this is the thigh. Okay, I'll cut it. I'm gonna cut them out. I just want to, before I cut it, get to it, and then the neck. In America, most of the times when you buy, we use more chicken stock than we do chickens. So yeah, you can buy chickens and cut them out and make your stock from it. But a lot of times you buy what we call necks and backs. And these two, they just sell them in frozen 20-kilo boxes of them that you can use for stock making. Even though you might have enough chicken, one chicken with two costumes, that's two portions there. That's two people there. The legs are usually used for anything like Oriental stir fry, soups, chicken a la king, which you guys are familiar with, that kind of stews and things like that. So you need actually more stock than you have gogi. That's a problem. So we usually buy necks and backs, and they're usually just one piece. Let's cut the chicken. First joint, the third joint, or the winglet. All right, that would be called the winglet. This is perfect for stocks. The second joint. Maybe I should turn it. The sun is really taking the edge off things. Over here. All right. These are sold separately also. First and second joint. The first joint has a lot more meat to it. These are cheaper. Sometimes you buy them as a set, a pack, like if you do it for like appetizer or anything like that. But these are usually more expensive than these. These a lot of times just end up in the stock pot in America, depending on the level of restaurant. If you do buffalo wings, yeah, you throw them in. But if you're gonna do like a Thai style appetizer, you use them. Sometimes these are called winglets too, but they're much better. Okay, I'm gonna cut the leg off. You see that? Yeah. Now you cut the skin, you break it off, cut through and over again, which you guys know already. Now we have what you just call a chicken leg. But the leg has two parts, drumstick, thigh. All right. So that would be the drumstick. And this would be the thigh. A little extra skin hanging off here, but I'm going to clean this up later. You know who's getting the skin. Leon, the Wonder Pup. Okay, now I got really like a half a chicken here. This one still has the breast on there. And you can see the back and neck is coming more defined. We just cut off the breast. And you guys remember, up, down, out, using the tip. It's a vocabulary, tip of the knife. All right, tip. I should put that on the steel, not so sharp today. Oop, there's the tender came off. All right, so chicken breast, skin on. Chicken breast, skin off for Leon. All right. Okay, and now we'll cut this breast off. Now the last one, the chicken tender, I cut it off and peeled it off. So the chicken tender, which is a KFC special, you go to KFC, get chicken tenders all the time, and then the breast itself. So there's two parts there, chicken breast, chicken tender. Drumstick, thigh, first joint, second joint, winglet. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. Like I say in class, usually we just say legs and breasts. Only because at class time, we are working. Yes, but now you should learn the proper terms. Leg. It's nice the sun's coming out, but it's ruining the video. All right? Drumstick. Thigh. I'm going to take off the wing here. Sometimes you can buy wings as is, whole wings, with everything attached. Right, winglet removed. Winglet removed. Then you have the two joints. I've never seen buffalo wings served this way. They're always split like that. Second joint. First joint, which is bigger and, like I said, more expensive, more meat to it, that's for sure. And I said, if you buy necks and backs, this is what you'd get, which in class we use a lot. Usually, actually, even the breast is removed. Usually, this is what you buy because they use this. Sometimes we meaning in American restaurants, you buy it with the breast meat on here, and you're going to roast it with the bone on there. If you have like roast chicken on your menu, because really, chicken legs and stuff, which I like better, the duck dotting I really do like a little better in flavor and texture, is not a big menu item in America unless it's going to be like chicken a la king or something. So when I said you buy for the necks and backs, and you buy cases of this, 20 kilos, 30 kilos, frozen. We use this for stock making along with what else we have we have left over from other products. Now usually too what we did, most places we did, if we had to make stocks, we buy 6, 7 extra chickens for what do we need. We take the breast meat off, take everything else and throw it in the stock pot. And use that meat for either employee meals, because once again, we feed our employees quite well in America. You do feed them quite well. Or into soups, take the meat off. Once the meat's cooked, it comes off the bone very easily, and you chop it up and use it into stocks and into soups and things like that. So that's how the smaller places we used to just like buy extra chickens, that type of thing. Larger places, cases and cases of necks and backs. I worked at one 5-star hotel, and at nighttime, that's all they did. They made gallons and gallons of stocks, and they reduced them down. And they did quite well. It was a pretty impressive place. Well, it was a 5-star restaurant. It was a better place. Let me wash my hands. Okay, so the first video was about the book and what we have in the book and what we're going to do in class. Then this is like a little break. It's just a little vocabulary on chickens vocabulary. And then we're going to go back onto the book and start doing some of the first chapters. Now the book, in the beginning I was looking at it, it is a little... not say difficult, but it is pretty high-level English. I'm not saying you guys aren't. Some of you guys really are, but see, I never really required in class time. I never really made you guys speak perfect English. Communication, yes. Yes, a communication always, even part of the final test. A lot of times, if we did a cooking practical, I would ask questions like, how did you cook that? And I wanted to hear, like, I sauteed it. I go, okay, that's fine, that's communication. Then how do you saute? Hot pan, little oil, short cooking time. Okay, fine. Check that off. That's the kind of English I expect from you guys. I don't expect, to saute, you take a pan and place it on the stove, bring it to a high temperature, add a little oil, then, no, I don't expect that. I expect when I say saute, you say, yes, chef, and you know what to do. So, going through the book is a little more for. It's not bad for some of you guys. It's going to be a good learning experience. For some of you guys, it's going to be a little tough. But I want to meet in the middle. I want to meet in the middle. I want to make it so that everybody can learn something, and nothing's worse than Morakasano, Mohanande. You guys not understanding anything. That's very frustrating. I understand that, and I want to make it as understandable as possible. But you have to try. This whole video, the reason why I'm doing this speaking videos is so you guys can try more. Listen again, listen twice. There's some good information in there. Not just chicken parts, but to understand spoken English from a chef. Because don't get chefs themselves. I'm a teacher, and I've been a teacher for many years. But a lot of these guys on television, they're not teachers, So they don't have the patience. They want sweet. They want something very fast. So I don't want you guys to get frustrated in class. But I do want to meet face to face. When we meet, I'm not sure. I'll send you a text when we can. Obviously, this is after Chuseok, and that's a dangerous time. Chuseok's going to be a very dangerous time. Be careful. Well, it'll be too late. When you see this, we'll be back. So maybe in the third week from there, we will meet then. The book is designed for face-to-face class. Face-to-face. You guys, and I will break you off at the pass and you start talking. I have a lot of my own notes that I've collected, ESL, English as Second Language cooking notes, that from doing this for many years. I think it's a better book if you want to learn communication, not necessarily proper grammar. But we will do some of my own work in class. But you guys still, once again, you need the book because we're going to be using that. Okay? Well, thank you very much. And let me fabricate this chicken out. Cook up some chicken skin for my boy. He loves chicken skin. And I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.